Thank you. Today I discuss about Ohm's law. We know that when potential difference between the two ends of the conductor is present, then current flows through the conductor. Say it is a conductor and the name of the conductor is AB. Potential difference, potential of point A is a VA and the potential of point B is VB, and this VA is greater than VB. So what will be the potential difference? Potential difference will be higher potential VA minus lower potential VB. Say its value is V. If this potential difference is maintained, then the current flows from the high potential point A to the low potential point B. Now the question is, what is the relation between this current and the potential difference? Ohm's law states it. What is the Ohm's law? If the temperature and the physical conditions of the conductor remains unchanged, then the current through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference. Here temperature number 2, physical condition of conductor. If these two remains unchanged, then this potential difference V is directly proportional to the current I. This is the Ohm's law. We know that to remove this proportion sign, we get a equal sign and a constant. That means it will be V is equal to some constant. Here we take R as a constant. So V is equal to Ri. This is the mathematical equation for the Ohm's law. Now the question is, what is R? According to the mathematics, R is proportional constant, but in our physics, R is resistance. R is resistance. Now the one new physical quantity we know is the resistance. What do we mean by resistance? Resistance, that means when current flows through the conductor, then conductor oppose to flow the charge, because the flow of current means the flow of charge. When charges flow through the conductor, then conductor opposite to flow through it. This opposition is known as the resistance. That means resistance is nothing but the opposition. Opposition to flow the charge or to flow the current. This is the actual meaning of the resistance. But if it is asked, what will be the definition of resistance from Ohm's law? From this equation, from V equal to Ri, this is the Ohm's law. From this law, we can write down R is equal to V by I. Just side change I. Then it will be R equal to V by I. That means V means potential difference, I means current. That means resistance is equal to potential difference by current. So the definition of the resistance from the Ohm's law will be, that means resistance is the ratio of potential difference and potential difference of the two ends of the conductor and the current flow through that conductor. This is the definition of resistance. Now if you measure the resistance, then you need a unit. What is the unit of resistance? Resistance depends on potential difference and the current. So its unit also depends on potential difference and current. So SI unit of resistance will be potential difference, it is volt, indicated by letter V. Current is ampere and it is indicated by capital A. That means volt by ampere or volt ampere to the power minus 1. This is the SI unit. But this volt per ampere, it is singly known as Ohm, OHM, in respect to the scientist Ohm. But when you write down the unit as resistance, O must be small letter. Resistance indicates how much resistivity, how much opposition is there. If the resistance of the conductor is high, then the current flow through the conductor will be less. For example, take two conductor. Take two conductor. Say this is a conductor AB and this is another conductor CD. The resistance of conductor AB is say 10 ohm. This is the sign of ohm, and CD it has 8 ohm resistance. If the potential difference of the two ends of AB and CD are same, then current flow through AB will be less because resistance is higher. So here the current I will be less, whereas CD it has low resistance, so it current will be high. Now the another physical term is the conductivity. What do we mean by conductivity? Conductivity is nothing but the just reciprocal, that means opposite of the resistance. So the conductivity is expressed by the reciprocal of resistance. Conductivity is equal to 1 by resistance. Since the conductivity is the reciprocal of resistance, so the SI unit or unit of conductivity also will be reciprocal of resistance. What is the unit of resistance? It is ohm. So SI unit of conductivity will be 1 by ohm, or ohm to the power minus 1, or ohm to the power minus 1 can be written just in inverse manner, mho. This is the unit of conductivity. Conductivity indicates how easy the current flow through the conductor. If the conductivity is higher, then the current flow will be higher. If the conductivity is low, then the current flow also will be low. Now, we draw the or plot current versus potential difference. That means for the different potential difference, you collect the data of the current through the conductor and then plot in a graph. It is known as the VT graph. VI graph. So it is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. Along x-axis we plot the current I. Along y-axis we plot the current, the potential difference V. If we plot the data, then we get a straight line through origin. This is the VI graph, and this graph obeys the ohmic resistance. The slope of that graph gives the resistance of the conductor. What do you mean by slope? Slope means what will be the inclination of the graph with x-axis. That means slope gives the resistance, slope of this graph gives the resistance of the conductor. This graph is for constant temperature, but if the temperature increases or decreases, that means if the temperature changes, the graph also changes. Say we take the data for the temperature T1 degree centigrade, and also you collect the data for temperature T2. If the T2 temperature is higher than the T1, and if you plot these data, then you get the two graphs, both passes to the origin, and this is the for the T1 temperature, and this graph will be for the temperature T2. That means if the temperature is higher, then VI graph will be more steeper. Why? The slope of the graph gives the resistance. If the temperature increases, the resistance of the conductor increases. As the resistance increases, that is why the graph becomes steeper. That means when the resistance of the conductor at higher temperature is more, because its slope is more. This is the VI graph. Thank you. For the next class, we discuss some numericals related about it. Thank you.